the APC UPS model XS1500. This UPS can handle 1500 volts and it has up to 865 watts. It has a runtime of up to 164 minutes depending on what you have plugged into it. It has 10 outlets, a 3-year warranty which can be extended up to 3 years if you pay for the extension, and it has AVR, which is automatic voltage regulation. What that means basically is in a conventional UPS, when the voltage is too high or too low, it will switch to the battery in the UPS. Now that's good except for the fact that over time it wears down your battery. What the AVR technology does in here is if the voltage is too high or too low, it will attempt by using capacitors and other type of technology to lower or raise the voltage as necessary without switching to the battery, allowing the battery to last longer. It will switch to the battery if the voltage is too low to the point like it's not even air, like the power's out, or too high that it wouldn't be able to trim it down enough, then it'll switch to the battery. So that's a nice feature because it extends the life of your battery. That's the front of the box. That's the top. Side. The other side. And the back. Alright, let's see what it looks like inside. Comes with a USB cable, and it looks like an Ethernet jack on one end, and the USB on the other. The Ethernet plugs into the, well, it's not really Ethernet, but it looks like the same size jack. That goes into the UPS, and USB obviously goes into the computer. The UPS has a coax connection, so you can use it to protect your coax line, so that's what this coax cable's for. And then you've got your instruction manual and warranty information in here too. This is the UPS. Weighs 26 pounds, so not too heavy. Power cord, very thick, so it can handle a large voltage going through it for all the devices you have plugged in. One nice thing I like about APC is every UPS is signed off for and tested before it's released at the factory. This is a warning that the battery is unplugged. They do that because if the battery is plugged in, it will shorten the life of the battery. With the battery being unplugged, you pretty much have a very good, you don't have to worry about the battery dying when you go to pick it up because it would have been used. This is the front of the unit. It's got 3 buttons at the top. That's the menu button, the power button, and the volume button. Shuts off the noise for like if it's on switch to UPS or other sound events. The power button's recessed so you don't accidentally press it, and you have to hold it to shut it off. The menu button is very useful. The nice thing about this model is it has an LCD screen. So you get some of the nice features of a higher end UPS. Like, it tells you how much time is left on the battery. Then you have the little graph with the battery chart showing you how much of the battery is used. And then you have the load graph at the top that shows how much your devices are drawing on it to see whether the device can handle it. And then the current state, which is the little plug if it's running on an AC, or the battery if it's running on the battery. It also has other features. If you switch to the different menus, it will tell you actually how much percent, how much voltage it's using, how much wattage it's using, how much life's left on the battery, how many times it switched to the battery. A lot of useful information. The one I find most useful is, of course, telling you how many minutes left you have before the battery dies when it's running on it. These are the outlets on it. This is what they call the master outlet here. If you plug your computer in and you program it using the software, you can actually tell it that when your computer turns off, it will check this plug. If this plug isn't receiving any power because your computer's off, it will actually tell these devices, like your scanner or your monitor or speakers for your computer, to turn these off. So it will monitor this and shut them off if this is off. So that's very useful if you want to save electricity. This whole side is surge only. So if you lose power, these will shut off. These are all for battery. So anything plugged in here will run on the battery when the power dies. This is your data port for where that Ethernet type jack goes into, and then goes into your computer. This is a protection for your telephone line, so this is the in and this is the out. This is the same for your coax, in and out. Building fault wiring, so if the wiring's not good in your building for the ground, this will light up. Also, if you have a generator that you bought like at a store for emergency use or something, this is going to light up and it's going to cause issues, because generators have an issue with the ground fault because it's not technically grounded correctly. But if you bought one of those, a professional generator for your house, that should be wired correctly and you shouldn't have that issue. You do have a grounding screw here that you could use. I'm not sure if you could use that in tandem with the generator and then the light wouldn't go on. You'd have to test that. And then you have the push button circuit reset for if you blow a circuit or something on the UPS. And that is the APC UPS. This is their highest end model for the home user. If you want to get, you can get a bigger one that they really go up in price. This one was around $200. This will pretty much run anything that a standard person would need: a computer, monitor, Xbox, PlayStation, stereo. Not a home receiver, but a stereo system, like a boombox, something like that. I mean, if you have a lower end receiver, like one that's one of those ones in the boxes that has comes with a whole set of speakers, but it's very low wattage, you could run that off of it. But mainly this is for office use. The this is the top of the line office use, but I would really just use this for office use. If you do need to get a UPS and you don't need necessarily get this model, I would still suggest getting this series, mainly for the fact that it's nice to have this LCD screen to tell you how much longer you have on your battery, how much of the battery is being used, so you know. It also notifies you if the battery's dying. It's a lot of information, whereas on older UPSs and some of the cheaper models, you need to use the USB port and plug it in the computer, run the software that comes with it. This does come with the software and that cable, and it does tell you more than the screen does, but most information that people need is right on this screen. So I would highly recommend this as a UPS. I use these UPSs all the time, and they work great. So thank you for watching. If you have any other questions about the APC UPS or UPSs in general, feel free to comment, and I'll get back to you. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.